This week, the internet exploded over a viral story. A blind girl named Kitty Willow allegedly dumped her boyfriend after her friends told her he was ugly. In a twist of fate, the internet celebrated when a week later, she was scammed by a different guy. Millions of comments flooded in saying, "That is instant karma." People felt a deep sense of satisfaction. There is only one problem. The story is completely fake. The internet combined two unrelated videos to invent a narrative. But why? Welcome back to Dr. Behaviorism. Today, we are breaking down why your brain desperately needed to believe this fake story, why karma is a behavioral illusion, and the uncomfortable clinical truth about how human love actually works. Let's start with the obsession over karma. When people saw the fake story, it felt satisfying because it presented a world of perfect contingencies. Bad behavior is immediately followed by a punishing consequence. But from a radical behaviorist perspective, karma does not exist. What we call karma is simply the human brain acting as a pattern recognition machine. Our environment is often chaotic and unpredictable. To survive, our biology constantly tries to connect unrelated events to create a false sense of control over our environment. We call this superstitious behavior. B.F. Skinner proved this with pigeons. If you drop food randomly into a cage, the pigeon will associate whatever action it was doing at that exact moment, like spinning in a circle, with the reward. Humans do the exact same thing with morality. But the real controversy of the Kitty Willow story is about love. The internet was outraged by the idea that a blind person would end a relationship based on a visual stimulus she cannot even perceive. Society wants to believe that love is blind, pure, and spiritual. Dr. Behaviorism takes a much more clinical approach. Love is not a magical entity that lives inside your soul. Love is the label we assign to a rich, consistent history of positive reinforcement. When another organism consistently provides attention, care, and safety, lowering your anxiety and increasing your access to rewards, your nervous system pairs them with a sense of well-being. This is classical conditioning in its purest form. For a blind person, the discriminative stimuli are simply different. Instead of visual cues, the conditioning is maintained by auditory and tactile reinforcement. The sound of a voice, or the reliability of a touch, becomes the conditioned reinforcer. The reason this fake story triggered so much anger is that it shatters our mentalism. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth. If a single new aversive stimulus, like a social judgment about being ugly, can destroy a relationship, then love is conditional. Love is deeply tied to social reinforcement. The opinions of our peers act as powerful environmental consequences. If your social group punishes your relationship choice, that social punishment can easily override the reinforcement provided by your partner. The Kitty Willow drama was fake, but the psychological reaction to it was incredibly real. We cling to karma and spiritual love because the alternative, that our deepest feelings are just biological responses to environmental contingencies, is terrifying. Stop trusting the internet and start analyzing your contingencies. Why do you think people are so obsessed with seeing karma happen to others? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to Dr. Behaviorism to master your environment. See you next Sunday.